Hi, welcome. I represent Zephaniah Steelman. The Steelmans have very deep roots in South Jersey. Most of you may not be aware, but the English were not the first Europeans to settle in this area. They weren't even the second, they were the third. Before the English, this area was governed by the Dutch. Before that, it was originally settled by the Swedes. The Steelman family descends from Swedish immigrants who came here in the mid-1600s. The name was not Steelman at the time. The way it would be written would look more like Stallman to us, but in the Germanic languages they have this device called an umlaut that goes over certain vowels that tells you to sort of round your lips when you're speaking. So the actual pronunciation would have been more like Stallman. When it was clear that the English were going to be the dominant culture, the name was changed to Steelman. Zephaniah was born on Christmas Day in 1759 here in Egg Harbor Township. At the age of 18, he was initially drafted by the 3rd Regiment of the Gloucester County Militia, or Battalion. He served for approximately a month, but I guess had become instilled with the patriotic fever by that point because he signed up for several enlistments after that. And for the next 2 years he was involved in various operations marching through South Jersey. At one point he was involved in a battle that ended up with the Americans taking a number of prisoners, and Zephaniah was part of a group that was marching them to their ultimate destination. They went through Mays Landing and then up to Cooper's Ferry, which we would know today as Camden, for ultimate imprisonment in Philadelphia. While there, they were notified that the Hessians were taking Haddonfield. So along with a regiment from General Pulaski's regiment, they met the Hessians at Haddonfield. They must have been sufficiently concerned about what the Americans could do because the Hessians left and there was really no battle. There was a battle at Cooper's Ferry, but it wasn't involving the Hessians. After that, Zephaniah was back in South Jersey. He became part of a group known as the Egg Harbor Township Guards. He was promised that as part of the Egg Harbor Township Guards, they would not be called out for general engagements anymore. And I guess after 2 years of marching and fighting, this seemed like a pretty good deal. Unfortunately, what he signed up for was very hazardous duty and involved the entire coastline from Sandy Hook to Cape May Point. So he didn't spend a lot of time at home after that. He did stay throughout the entire length of the Revolution before leaving the Army. While part of the Egg Harbor Township Guards, he was involved in action where the British had sent a man of war to try to capture stores that were held in Summers Point. From the man of war, 2 rowboats approached, and Zephaniah was on board a small boat awaiting them. When the first boat got within firing distance, they set off a cannon. Well, this ended up scaring the second boat. They didn't even try to land. They went back to the man of war. Again, they captured prisoners from the first boat and marched them on the way. Zephaniah survived the war and spent his life in Egg Harbor Township, during the course of which he managed to get married 3 times and be the father of 10 children, which is why there are a number of Steelmans still with us today. Thank you. There's more